goddess from Norse mythology. She is the keeper of the golden apples and wife to Bragi, the god of poetry. Gods in Norse mythology are said to retain their youth via her apples, which are safely kept in a box made from ash wood.
Hello Internet, I'm HamsterBomb.
And I'm Kimothy.
And this is Demonica, your Shin Megami Tensei Demon Compendium, where we look at the real-life lore that influenced the designs behind the series' demons. I completely forgot to look at the moon tonight. Is that something that we need to do every time?
You are the one doing it. Don't look at me.
Okay. The moon is a complete mystery tonight. Kim, what religious, mythological, historical, fictional, cryptozoological character or concept will we be summoning tonight?
It's too cloudy out there.
In
I just
spite
can't
of the moon.
see anything.
Yeah.
Idun.
Idun. Yeah, not how I had pronounced it for both of my playthroughs of Shin Megami Tensei.
Idun.
It was Idun. I said Idun. For some reason, I said it like it was a long I. Idun. Which is clearly not right. I don't know why you would spell like Ayedun. No, it's Idun. Like Garden. I think Garden of Eden. It's like Idun. That's how you're supposed to say it.
Yeah, I guess in the housekeeping today, I started SMT5. That's all I got.
Oh, what do you think of the SMT5?
I'm enjoying it.
Well, you've also started SMT3, so, compare those. What do you think?
Well, that's what I'm a little sad about. I feel like I should have probably finished 3 before starting 5.
3's friggin' hard.
And that's why I think I should have finished 3 before starting 5.
I don't know. 5?
Because it's like, well, I could just go and play this game, and it's like, now this hard game's just gonna sit there forever, and I'm never gonna finish it, you know?
Yeah, I love them both, but I think the more beginner-friendly one is 5.
Okay, in my defense, our toddler likes to watch 5.
The blue hair guy.
The blue hair guy, so that's why I watched it.
For sure.
Played it.
I was going to mention for housekeeping that this is our Halloween episode.
So spooky.
Technically, according to the calendar, this is the closest one to Halloween.
This is the
but
one landing playing on... No, it's not. It's before Halloween.
No, it's not playing on Halloween. Now, our next episode after this one, we're going to treat as the Halloween episode because Jay gives us a much better Halloween demon to talk about than Idun.
And I finally get to tell you about, a really cool Halloween story.
Yeah, on Halloween.
I'm so excited.
It'll be great.
It'll be a great way to end the night. Trick-or-treating. See, we record before.
Oh, yeah. We're going to record on Halloween.
We're going to record on Halloween night.
Oh, wow. That'll be fun.
Yeah, we're going to go trick-or-treating. The veil's going to be nice and thin. The moon's going to be covered by clouds.
Darn it, what is the moon? I gotta know. Okay, the moon's almost a half moon for this episode. Yay. Now we know that. I had to look it up.
Now that we've completely and fully buried that lead.
Yes, we did. Taken care of. Now, with that out of the way, what do we first think of when we hear the name Idun?
Well, when you told me about her, 3 months ago.
All right, so absolutely nothing from you.
Well, I did think I saw her in your game, so I probably saw her earlier than a few months ago, and I thought, that's a really cute demon.
It is a very cute demon. When she was first shown off, people were complaining that she didn't look anything like the other demons because she was too cute looking. And yeah, the mythology kind of checks out from what I know, so...
I mean, have they seen Nekomata? Or, not Nekomata.
Neko Shogun?
Neko Shogun.
Well, no, he kind of looks like a demon. He's very bizarre, and, just because he's small and cute looking doesn't mean that he's not... Puss in Boots is also... what's his actual name? Ketchi, yeah.
Or Katesith, or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
I don't know anymore.
It's Irish, so of course it's pronounced something completely incorrect of what you would think.
We'll get there. Cat and Boots.
Meow. So when I think of Idun, I think of Little Red Riding Hood. Because when I first saw her, I was like, why is Little Red Riding Hood in my Shin Megami Tensei game?
I'm not gonna lie, that's probably what I thought too when I saw her in your game.
It's not just me. I just saw, oh my god, it's Little Red Riding Hood. She's got her basket, she's skipping, she's got the red hood, and she's all dolled up, little blonde girl with blue eyes skipping through the forest.
Until you said the name, I was like, oh, I guess that's not
I guess
Red Riding Hood.
You're I saw you laughing like you were gonna make fun of me, but no, you thought it was Little Red Riding Hood too. But we'll get into it, but apparently her design was based on Little Red Riding Hood. I don't know why, but it gets even weirder if you can believe it.
Well, but it's... I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I'll talk about her outfit.
Okay. I hope her outfit has some sort of lore significance.
No.
So let's first talk about Idun as she appears in SMT. Like Fionn McCool, Idun was recently introduced in SMT 5, and later added as a new demon to Raido Remastered. She also made an appearance in the Gacha mobile trash DX2. No, I'm not going to censor that, that's how I feel about it, goddammit. And that's all she's in. But for as new as she is, Idun still won second in the Western popularity contest, getting added as a new demon navigator as a reward.
That's because they all thought she was Little Red Riding Hood.
They all voted for Little Red Riding Hood. She did win the Western one. She did not win the Japanese one, which is weird because I'll get into it later. I think she's more popular in Japan than she is in the West, which clearly isn't the case in terms of the popularity contest. But look at what the winners for the popularity contest were in Japan. They were like Mara. Cleopatra, and then Hellbiker, because the memes, man.
I was going to say Misoguchi or something.
Misoguchi.
I thought we were just going to make a bunch of dick jokes. I totally missed that there.
So as a navigator, Idun skips alongside the player and mostly finds the same battle and support items that Fionn does. In other words, she sucks as a navigator. But at least the skipping is cute.
Yeah, because it's Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah,
watch out for those wolves.
You gotta watch out for the Lugaroo. When a Lugaroo dressed up as grandma now.
That's all we need are more weirdly dressed demons.
Yeah, hi, Grandma, your eyes are so big. To see you, my dear.
That is a terrible French accent.
I'm doing my best. I'm a werewolf grandma.
You sound like
French accent. I'm doing this off the top of my head here. Give me a break.
You sound like the chef in The Little Mermaid. The worst French accent.
The very throaty French accent. That's all I can do. Maybe that's where I learned French accents from, okay?
That's probably correct. We bring up Disney a lot in this show.
Yeah, and we do have a Little Mermaid. We could eventually do that for a Little Mermaid episode.
Little Mermaid has nothing to do with the lore, and you know it.
The Disney one? Oh, of course not.
No, I'm talking about
Disney's Hercules
I'm talking about
did.
the story.
The story. Oh, well, the story. Sure. Okay, whatever.
Moving on.
Anyway, so I'm going to change things up a bit and talk about the character design first instead of last. I think it makes more sense to visualize who or what I'm talking about before we get into the mechanics and the story.
I can't disagree. That's exactly how I've organized every single one of mine.
So it's been a while since I decided to finally start doing that. Just in case someone is listening to this and actually doesn't know the demon that we're talking about, this way you can get a visual on who it is, because you're probably looking up a picture anyway.
I mean, I would assume you would look up a picture. Oh, you know what? Just look at the thumbnail.
Yeah, there's the thumbnail. That's one artwork version, and luckily for Idun, that's all there is. But when I'm looking at another demon, say when we did Hecatoncheires, you might have been more curious to look at what I was talking about, especially when I'm talking about how many arms he had, because that threw you off. Anyway, Idun only has one design, with her being so new. Her design was inspired by Little Red Riding Hood for some odd reason that I cannot explain. She is a blonde-haired, blue-eyed young girl dolled up in red and white with a flowy hood and butt cape, because butt capes are the best. And it's the second time in this series we've had a butt cape conversation.
Wait, already?
Fionn McCool had a butt cape.
Well, you had the conversation. That wasn't essential to his lore.
I think it was essential to his design.
Mick come hail.
He needs a butt cape for the splash.
Mud flaps.
Mud flaps. Ew. So Idun has mud flaps from eating nothing but apples.
From now on, butt capes will be referred to only as mud flaps. Continue.
She also carries a basket filled with shining golden apples, which apparently you shouldn't eat, or else you're going to require those mud flaps. Idun floats in the air in a mid-skip animation and levitates a golden apple above her right hand. This attribute helped change her from looking too much like Little Red Hood, and instead like a mysterious goddess. Just a little bit, though. She's pretty easily distinguishable from Little Red Riding Hood, right? Because she floats?
I feel like if she had a longer dress, it would be easier to discern her.
I don't know. Little Red Hood, I assumed was in a cloak that went down to her ankles.
Very true. Yes, a cloak.
Now, when using her unique attack and also when idling, you will see Idun acting pretty strangely. Apparently, Idun was also inspired by Japanese pop idols for absolutely no reason. She will dance in choreographed routines like she is in front of an invisible audience, and it's kind of obnoxious, like watching a crossover IP character doing some immature Fortnite dance.
I haven't actually watched her animations to comment on it, so...
It's bad. And it's clear that the Japanese developers' intent was so infectious that they just demanded that it happen in the game, no matter what. Oh, it doesn't match her character at all. She seems like this, bubbly little girl, and then all of a sudden she just, switches to this Japanese pop idol, and then switches right back to
That's exactly what Japanese pop idol is.
Okay, maybe they see it as the same thing. I sure didn't.
It's like a Lolita thing. That's kind of the vibe I was getting from it.
Oh, that's even grosser. But there was a lot of people that I was finding online in forums who hate Idun because of this. Just because of this. Because they see this and they're like, this is a Japanese lolly thing, and it's disgusting that they were looking at this character and trying to do this to it, when this is a character in mythology and we're trying to reference and replicate the character well. The same kind of thing apparently happened with Seth. Not as, a lolly cutesy thing, but instead saying, this doesn't represent or look like Seth at all of what we get the Black Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the Black Dragon look, even though it apparently has nothing to do with Egyptian mythology, which we will eventually get into. Kim already knows that it's wrong, but it's acceptably wrong. Idun, I don't think is acceptably wrong. That's just wrong. But I can swallow the Little Red Hood thing. Was swallow the wrong word?
Yeah,
oh,
definitely. We've now used the word swallow and mud flaps in this episode. I just like keeping a tally of weird words that seem to come up.
Your weird word bingo card went crazy during the Theon episode, I'm sure. On to mechanics. In SMT5, Idun is indisputably the best healer in the game. And depending on how important support is to you, she may possibly be the best demon in the game. And this is all due to her unique move, Golden Apple. Golden Apple is a moderate heal to all allies, plus a luster candy, a party-wide buff to all stats. Pair this with Bowl of Hygeia, allowing her to heal above max HP, and some heal Pleromas to boost her further, and Idun can constantly keep your team buffed and healed all by herself. She is so good, I recommend carrying her throughout the entire game, giving her grimoires to level up after it becomes unbearable to grind. She's OP mid-game when you get her, and she's OP end-game. All because of Golden Apple. Now, it does cost a ludicrous 180 MP, but with enough sutras you can bring that cost down to increase her potency even more. Now, unfortunately, in Vengeance, Idun got a nerf. Now, Golden Apple only heals for slight HP instead of moderate. It's still very good, but she got nerfed, likely to push the new DLC demon, Konohana Sakuya, as the best new healer, whose unique ability, Sakuya Sakura, heals HP and MP for the whole party on top of a luster candy. She's busted powerful. Now in Vengeance, Idun also has the innate skill Demonic Mediation, which allows her to step in and de-escalate a failed demon negotiation. Not exactly useful in the boss fights you'll be bringing her into, but it's something. In Raido, she doesn't have any special skills other than having early access to Medea, which doesn't sound like much, but it's extremely good in an action game. Believe me, I just beat it. In terms of alignment, Idun is light neutral. She just wants to help everyone. So we already talked about Golden Apple, but did you know that Idun actually has other moves?
No!
She comes with Zanma, a medium force attack, and Marin Karen, a chance to inflict charm.
Okay. But why Zanya?
Zanma?
That's a weird one.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a weird pick.
I don't know. She had to do something.
A weird pick.
I would get rid of it anyway. It's not going to help you. As she levels up, she can use DM Rita, a moderate HP and status ailment cure, something you might want to hang on to. Mahaman, a heavy light attack to all with a chance of insta-kill upon hitting a weakness. And lastly, she can learn Life Aid, a passive ability that gives her a slight heal after each battle. Useless. What isn't useless is her magic stat. Her strength is pathetic, as expected, and her other stats are alright, but her magic is outstanding for her level, making the most out of those moderate level heals. Alright, you ready for the story?
Okay.
So during the events of SMT5, a group of high school students gets whisked away into the demon-infested dot where they need to be corralled and saved. Each of them ends up brought to the fairy village either by yourself or by Fionn McCum... Damn it! McCool! I said McCool. Oh, we did not just get through a whole episode of this. And I really just Mr. Cum-hailed him again. Oh, as we just talked about in the Fionn McCool episode, the students he was trying to save are the same ones that are related to the Idun quest.
I just think it's funny because I think you've called him Mr. McCumhail so many times that you can't unlearn it now.
It was an accident.
That's why I said, can't unlearn it.
You're right.
It's lodged in there.
However, to help treat the wounded, King Oberon and Queen Titania send the Nohabino on a quest to seek out the fairy Idun, claiming that with the help of her golden apples, they can treat the humans by brewing a golden gumbo concoction or something like that.
Fairy?
I don't know. She's in the fairy village, and she helps the fairies, and I don't think they ever said she's outright a fairy.
That's weird.
Yeah, she's on good terms with them.
That's weird.
Alongside a jack-o'-lantern tagging along as a guide, you seek out Idun and discover that her entire supply of apples are missing in typical fetch quest fashion.
There you go.
Yeah, that was tough.
Tongue twister.
Tongue twister. Fetch
Fetch
quest fashion. Goodness.
That's a rough one.
I write myself into these holes.
Yeah, you did it.
Idun claims that...
That wasn't okay to say either.
It's another one for your bingo card. Idun claims that Loki stole her apples and the remaining batch she carries aren't quite ripe yet. A good save, since her model shows her still holding the basket of apples. She points out places on your map she suspects Loki to have dropped some apples during his heist. I don't know why she's right, by the way, and she's just like lollygagging around not going to get the apples. She's just kind of like wait until somebody else does it for her, but whatever. So with the help of Jack-o'-lantern, you seek out the apples and return them to Oberon and Titania, but it doesn't end there. If you return to Idun afterward, you'll discover a Jack Frost in her place. Turns out Loki resorted to kidnapping her to ensure that all of the apples would be his. Jack Frost then implores the Nohabino to rescue Idun by pointing out Loki's hiding place. Once you find the cave, you'll find Idun caged up and Loki smugly sharing his capitalistic plan to hoard all of the golden apples in order to later charge humans and gods for immortality, as the apples are said to grant the ones who eats them eternal life and good health. Which, I don't know what their plan was with these humans that they were going to save the apples for. Like, these people are injured, and they wanted golden apples from Idun, which supposedly from SMT, logic, and lore, that's all I know at this moment, gives someone immortality like the gods in Norse mythology. So, you get... I don't know, some bad cuts on your arm and leg, and these demons are like, I will help you, and they give you immortality, and then like 40,000 years later, you're just like trying to find ways to end your existence as everyone you know and love has been dying over the eons, and it's all because of Oberon and Titania. Is that really what's going on?
They don't know what they're doing. They're just trying to help.
That's what I'm saying. They're trying to help. And this is going to have horrible ramifications later. You basically turned that human into a demon.
Well, that's not really how the apples work, but we'll get into it.
In SMT, I don't know how the apples work because you know what they do functionally? They give you luster candy and a moderate heal, and that's good enough for me. So what follows is a mini-boss encounter with Loki where you fight him to free Idun. After the fight, a golden apple falls on the ground and you get a chance to either leave it alone or take a bite. Kim, what do you do?
Oh, I take a bite.
You take a bite. Nom. You're already a Nohabino.
You're a Nohabino. Just do for it.
This is a sneaky alignment question determining what kind of person you are.
I'm damned.
Yeah, and personally, I couldn't stomach taking a bite of it. Even on my chaos route, I felt dirty saying take a bite. I don't know.
She has plenty of apples. She's got a whole dang orchard. You're fine.
Immortality can be a really bad thing, as I was just implying.
Okay, but we'll get into it.
That'd be a split decision that you would regret.
Don't necessarily completely cause immortality.
Okay, well, I don't know what they do.
I can't.
If it just gives you a luster candy, it just gives you a nice buzz for a minute, and you're like, whoa.
Oh my gosh. We talked about golden apples and a salmon of knowledge, and these lores are weird.
What happens if you make, like, baked apple salmon of knowledge?
Well,
baked
you
golden
have to be
apple
the
salmon
first
of
one to
knowledge.
eat it. If you don't eat it first, you don't get the knowledge.
Okay. Forgot the silly rules.
So we're going to start cooking in SMT. That's the next step.
SMT cookbook.
That's the next step is like gathering and cooking.
You know, when you mention that, one demon in particular stands out, and you're going to say this is gross, but it's Mokoi. I look at Mokoi and I wonder what he tastes like, because he looks like he's been sliced up and people have been taking like salami-thin shards out of him over the years.
I thought you were going to say on Meraki.
On Meraki? Oh, he's just asking for you to eat him, like Farfetch'd from Pokemon. He's carrying his own seasoning.
Oh, great. So now we have a top list of demons that look like food.
Ooh, when we do a delicious Thanksgiving episode.
Not Mara.
No, oh, no. Bingo card. That was your free space. Anyway, Idun is grateful for your rescue either way, whether you choose to take a bite of the apple or not. And she returns to the fairy village and allows you to fuse and summon her in battle. And if you paid attention even a little to what I just said about her earlier, you damn well should. Now, if you're playing Vengeance, the story doesn't end there. If Idun happens to still be in your party by the time you reach Taito, which, once again, if you were paying attention, then she damn well should, then she will have an inquiry for you the next time you visit the Demon Haunt. Wishing to talk things out with Loki over the whole event and smooth things over, Idun requests that you take her and Loki to a specific place in Taito in order to talk. So the Nahabino must have both Idun and Loki in the active party and approach the meeting place for this event to play out. Loki is standoffish as always, but Idun is acting slightly out of character. Normally she's bright and bubbly, but her mannerisms are instead assertive and accusatory. That's because your Idun you brought to this meeting wasn't Idun at all. It was instead another demon in disguise hoping for revenge against Loki.
Is this my pop quiz?
Kim, it is time for your pop quiz question. What demon takes the form of Idun in order to stealthily confront Loki in his discreet location? A. Odin, B. Thor, C. Norn, or D. Valkyrie?
I'm gonna go with Valkyrie.
Oh, man, I can't believe you went for that one. No, that was my last
The other
guess
three
on there,
didn't make
too.
sense.
It's Thor. It's B.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they kind of hate each other.
They kind of hate each other. Yeah. So even if Thor is also in your party, somehow your Idun was also actually still Thor in disguise, which is what happened to me. Thor is absolutely fed up with Loki's antics, and this recent event with Idun has caused his blood to boil, and he swears to brutally kill Loki as revenge. The real Idun appears and tries her best to calm the situation down, but it doesn't work. In order to de-escalate the situation, you need to battle and subdue Thor. I actually fought this battle with Idun, Thor, and Loki against Thor, who was posing as Idun trying to murder Loki. It was really weird.
That sounds like the most confusing thing.
It was the most Norse battle ever. After Thor is defeated, Idun tries to be optimistic, but Loki, being such a sourpuss, puts a damper on her vibes. She believes that Loki and Thor do still love each other like brothers, but this feud might have pushed them over the edge.
They've never loved each other.
It's Idun talking.
That's right, she's all light and rainbows, I'm sorry.
Before more Norse demons appear to smite Loki, the group decides it's best to retreat.
Yeah, even in her mythology, she seems like a bright, bubbly, gullible idiot.
Yeah,
so
that's kind of what she is. So I'm glad they got that right in the game. But I really liked that encounter, because, like, in the game, like, you know, like, okay, so stat-wise, by the time you get this quest, if you got this quest, it's already kind of weird, like, you're holding on to Idun intentionally because you know she's really good and you brought her to the endgame area. They ask you to have Loki on your party, who you've almost certainly already passed up by now. So I had to go out of my way to get Loki back so I could bring him back to this. And Thor, I think, is stronger than him, so Thor just happened to be on my party. So I was real confused when Thor popped out instead. I'm like, wait a minute, this is a really detailed quest. It's taking into account that I had Thor in my party. What would it have done if I had Odin or a Valkyrie, you know, or other Nordic things that would have made sense to come after Loki? But no.
Everything in Norse.
Yeah, pretty much anything. Like, there was a long list of Nordic demons I could have chosen for my pop quiz. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we will dive into the lore of Idun. You might have heard by now that we have an Etsy shop with a bunch of SMT demons that you should probably be looking at.
No.
Yes, every other episode or so, we pop in here and we tell you all about it, but why haven't you been there, particular person? We have a special on there. If you use the code Demonica10, you'll get 10% off your order.
Yup. I made that happen. That's definitely set up.
Thanks for ad-libbing with me, Kim. Back to the show. And we're back with more Demonica. Now it is time to ask the question, Kim, who or what is Idun?
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Off the rails. Don't you know it's time to...
Oh, hey, you're gonna get us, like, banned with
I
that.
might get us in trouble.
In Norse mythology, Idun is the goddess of youth. She gives golden apples stored in her basket to the gods to keep them young until the end of the world. She's known as the Maiden of the Gods and is closely tied with eroticism, sexuality, offsprings, youth, and rejuvenation.
Oh no, why doesn't she look like Cleopatra then? I mean, youth, I understand they want her to look like a little girl. And oh god, is that why she's an idol pop star? Because the lolly group is all attracted to young girls of indiscriminate ages that are not okay around the...
Okay, but in mythology, she's never portrayed as a young girl. She's portrayed as a young woman.
I understand.
So...
She would have to be in order to, have children. Japan, looking at you with a very stern eye.
She doesn't have any children.
I'm saying, if you're a fertility goddess, you should probably, be able to. You should be old enough to be able to.
Anyway.
Like
I said it before, how you were like, well, I'm going to do traits first. I have always done traits first, so I'm sticking to that.
Okay.
So, most of this comes from vikingsr.org. A fantastic website, by the way. I was thoroughly enjoying it. Very detailed. Idun has many names, including Iduna, Ithun.
That's what I say sometimes when I'm having some trouble with my tongue.
And then a lot of times it'll also be spelled Idun with 2 N's, is what I see a lot.
How do you pronounce that differently?
It's just the same. It's still Idun.
Okay. It's not like Odin when sometimes he's spelled with a W in the front of his name.
No.
Which is, by the way, where Wednesday comes from. It's Odin's Day, but it's spelled with the W. Woden's Day. Woden's Day. Now you know that. Woden's Day.
Some believe her name directly translates to ever young, but scholars can't seem to agree on it for some reason. I think it's just the words in different spellings in the Nordic regions. It always comes up as something different, but sources say her name means to be like affectionate or affection in general. So something to that sense. They're not too clear on what her name means.
I think she should have had big knockers. From what you're telling me, it sounds like the fertility goddess should have had big knockers. But no, she looks like she's 12.
Well, I don't know why she looks like.
In Japan, you can... Have you read manga? It doesn't matter over there.
She distributes and cares for the apples of immortality in a special grove in Asgard.
You might want to say that again. That goes on the bingo card, everybody.
Asgard?
Asgard.
Okay.
Asgard.
I read them as I see them.
That's when you pull the garter up too high and it just rides in through the crack. It's called the Asgard.
I'm not re-saying it. Put the mud flaps on there.
You're going to need a mud flap because it's going to miss.
Asgard. And unfortunately in the text, there's never described where the grove is at. There's no fun name for it.
It's in the fairy village.
Why would it be? Norse has nothing to do with the Fae.
Well, because everything exists all the time at the same time in SMT. So it had to be somewhere positive. And that's the only positive place.
Okay, well, there's trees that grow apples.
Yeah, there's trees.
Of immortality for some reason.
Yeah.
Idun is described as a radiant young woman carrying a basket or wooden box of apples, which are the source of her power. And a fun tidbit, scholars actually debate if she has apples or not, because the word that they use in the original text can either be used to describe other general fruits, but is similar to a Norwegian word for apples. The idea of apples could have come from a garden in Greek mythology as well.
So it could have been peaches.
It could have been peaches.
Like the peach emoji.
Yeah.
Because she's a fertility goddess. It's the butt.
So I just found that interesting that it's like, we don't really know. I feel like scholars have a hard time reading like the Nordic language or like Viking language.
Sounds like there's just a word for fruit that's more specific than fruit, but isn't as general.
But it might have taken like other things from, like I said, the Greek mythology and pulled it over, and they were like, well, they used apples for longevity there, and they pulled it over here. So
that sounds like what SMT did as well. Somebody along the line chose apple as the fruit, which if you're going to choose a fruit, it'd be weird if you had like a basket of bananas. So I guess that's okay.
I mean, even in the old drawings and stuff of her, it's always been apples. There wasn't any art old enough from when she came into the texts. It was all much later.
I would think so.
When translated. So then
that's
people
all,
just interpreted
word
it
of
as
mouth
apples.
stuff. It's an oral tradition.
Exactly.
First.
Exactly. Always is. She's not typically depicted in the type of garb she wears in SMT. In SMT, her dress is based off of a Norwegian dress called a bunad.
There's another one.
Albeit a very slutty one.
Bingo. Wait, what?
I mean, hers is a very slutty one.
It is? She's fully covered, isn't she?
Okay, you look at a dress called a bunad, and you tell me if her version's not slutty.
Okay, I will. Okay, the pictures I'm seeing of traditional bunads are the most traditional gear you can ever dress yourself in outside of covering your head completely. So, yeah, I kind of see that. It's the fact that the front kind of opens up and she's got like long stockings, I think, that come up to the top of her thigh.
And she becomes like this lolly Red Riding Hood, yeah.
Lolly Red Riding Hood. That's not wrong.
But it's supposed to be based off of this, a bunad.
I still see that, especially the top part.
Yes, the top part, yes.
It's very frilly.
She's also described as very benevolent and kind god, very unlike all the other Norse gods.
She's definitely light neutral then.
Yes, for sure. And all of the, like, I can't think of any other Norse god that's like love and rainbows and happiness, because they're not there.
They've all got problems, or hate each other, or have killed each other, or want to kill each other.
She is the wife of Bragi, god of poetry. So this is the symbolism for them being married, is the symbolism of the immortality and beauty of art itself, is what their unison is supposed to signify.
I did look up Bragi to see if he was in SMT anywhere, and I didn't find him.
He's just the god of poetry. And
yeah, boring.
There's this painting of them standing together, and she's like this beautiful young blonde woman, and he's this old man with a long beard.
Oh.
Because that signifies, like wisdom and So I feel like we were talking about this with Witcher too, where it's like, if you're a sorceress, you're respected if you look young and pretty, but if you're a sorcerer, you gotta look old.
Really old. Yeah, and the Witchers are respected, with the gray hair and the long, the beard and looking like this old man. But the sorceresses, they want to look really young, even though they're hundreds of years older.
And surprisingly, she has no children, and her family lineage is unknown. She was just randomly like plopped into Norse mythology.
This makes no sense. She is a fertility goddess and a god of like plenty, and like what's going on?
I don't know. Her old man can't get it up anymore. I don't know what to tell you.
That makes a lot of sense.
So, brings me to my favorite part.
Yay!
Story time!
Oh, okay.
Not pop quiz, that's later.
I thought it was erectile dysfunction. That's a lot better.
Oh, okay. Let me prepare to say some of these names now.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it's just one, and I've got to say it like 15 times.
All right, I guess I'm going to do a lot of editing this episode.
The giant Thiazi, father of Skadi, schemed to take away the apples from the gods.
Okay, I know Scotty.
Scotty is in the game. Mm-hmm. One day, Loki, Odin, and Honir were out and about. Loki had caught an oxen for them to eat. They built a fire to cook it, and it was too big, and it wasn't cooking through.
You're like saying this like, it was too big.
I don't know, it just sounded like a nursery rhyme to me when I was reading it. So I wrote it like that.
The first oxen was too small. The second one was too big, but the third one was just right.
That's what it sounded like when I'm reading the story. I just want you... So I was like, I'm going to write it as I'm reading it.
She's Goldilocks.
An eagle close by said he could help with it and took more than half of the oxen.
Whoa, an eagle? Just rip it in half? Just like right down
the story's not even to the best part yet.
I imagine this eagle just, like, grabs it by the horns and just rips the spine and goes halfway. Just takes this... Oh, it's gross, actually.
Here's the best part. Loki was so mad he tried to fight the eagle with a stick.
Get him.
Just a stick. Norse god.
As it has already flown away.
Yeah, it is trying to fly away. The eagle carried Loki off with his stick.
This is a big eagle. And the half of the oxen, is that still there?
I guess. I don't really know what happened to it at that point. So the eagle spoke again. It was Thiassi. He said he'd let Loki go if he could lure Idun out of Asgard.
Here we go again.
He said he'd let Loki go if he could lure Idun out of Asgard.
That's right.
I just really wanted to be Asgard.
Asgard.
So Loki makes a deal for his freedom. He takes Idun to Midgard one day to watch the humans.
With his freedom. So he's still flying with the bird?
Yeah.
And he's took Idun while flying with the bird?
No. Thiassi let Loki go.
Okay, not just like he's like, well, Idun, you may not have noticed, but I am being held captive by a giant bird.
So, well, okay, they came to an agreement, and I assume he just drops Loki out of the sky. I'm not too sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if Loki can fly.
I don't think he can.
Idun can float skip, so who knows? He has giant wings in SMT now.
That's weird. So, once she was lured out, Thiassi kidnapped her and took her to his ice lair. With Idun's absence, the gods began to rapidly age. Without the apples, they couldn't sustain their youth.
Uh-oh.
So, unless you're eating the apples regularly, you do not get immortality.
Even still, that means you can still get immortality by eating the apples
them,
regularly.
yeah.
So that could still be Loki in the game world saying, I'm going to sell immortality by selling...
Sure, that's fine. You were just saying that, like, once you bite the apple, you have immortality.
Yeah.
That's not the case.
Okay, so I'm glad that's kind of tied up in the mythology then.
Realizing Loki caused this, because, I mean, all the gods are going to assume that.
Of course he did!
They threatened him severely, even considering death as a punishment.
Yeah.
Fearing for his life, he decides to rescue Idun.
He caused the problem and he's gonna... Oh,
it's a typical Loki story. Like,
it sounds like a Witcher story. Like, you think you're helping someone by getting out of a problem and it just, like, causes this chain reaction of quests you have to do.
I'm, like, reading this story. I start it, and I'm like, of course Loki started this whole thing. It's always Loki. When is it not in Norse mythology?
It's always his fault.
And as they're fleeing, Thiassi transforms into an eagle again to pursue them. As they approached Asgard, the other gods laid a trap of lightning and fire. Once Loki and Idun were safely inside the barrier, Thiassi was unable to slow down and was consumed by the flames, and this kills Thiassi.
Oh, he did.
Yep. He's also not a demon. So I found it interesting that Scotty is in the game, but is Scotty a female?
Scotty's a female.
Her father's not. But Thiassi is also considered a giant, so I don't know if that makes a difference.
I think we have some giants. Yeah, we have some named ones.
So that's the main story of Idun. That's really what she's associated with, which I think they were trying to hint at with their...
She's just Princess Peach.
Yes.
That's it.
She gives out apples to people, and she's really nice.
She's really nice. And she gets captured by a big turtle.
Yeah, a big turtle.
A big turtle.
That falls into lava.
A big turtle that falls into lava.
She is occasionally a footnote in other stories, like she's at like parties and stuff like that with the other gods, but she's
taken, so she's not really an exciting footnote.
I guess not. And she mainly always stays within Asgard, so she's always protected by the barrier. She doesn't get involved in wars or battles or anything. She is just like their maiden that they keep there. I found it kind of odd that they added her because of that.
She's like a definitive healer from what you're describing, though.
Right,
and
which...
support demons exist. And that's why she's the best.
Very true. Like, you're describing her in the game, I'm like, all right, perfect. Sounds exactly
it's
like
not just heal, it's luster candy. If you found something that good, I would lock it up and put it behind a barrier of fire and lightning, too.
Yeah.
Nobody touched this. It's like, sacred.
Can't someone else just take care of the apples? I don't understand. Like, were they locked out of the orchard or whatever?
Is she the only one who makes the tree that can make the apples.
I couldn't
So there's just
find
not
it.
enough information.
Because really the only big thing that comes up when you look her up is this story of Loki fighting an eagle with a stick. My favorite part of the story.
Yeah, you showed me an illustration of it before, and it's pretty good.
Like you said, though, a lot of it is oral tradition before. So I always look it up, like when they were first mentioned in texts. And it's really the same for all of the Norse gods. So the first mention of the Norse gods is in a collection of poems called the Poic Edda. And the poems are collected in it are from approximately 1000 to 1300 AD.
So that's when they were basically transformed from oral only into text. Someone trying to take lots of different stories all at once.
Yep.
It's not the first time we've heard that happen with these oral traditions and mythology.
I don't feel like there's been a single one so far where we're like, that's where it happened first, not oral mythology first, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, our next one's going to be the same way, so.
Yeah, and the rest maybe as well, who knows?
I did do a little research into what was happening during those times, during 1000 AD, and this is really the start of the Viking era. So raiding, exploration, and the adaptation of Christianity into the Nordic regions. It's so weird, the mixture of Christianity and Norse mythology. Like, I read an entire book on Norse mythology, and then they'll just suddenly talk about Jesus. Is the weirdest thing.
This is the best way to infiltrate another religion and transfer the pagans from their religion into yours and convert the heathens.
These aren't even pagans. I don't know what these people are. I don't know necessarily if people, like, believe in the Norse gods like you would, like, a Jesus figure.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's like for the same reason that the holy day to celebrate Jesus' birth for the Christian faith was moved from when it was expected to happen sometime in summer towards the winter solstice so that the pagans who were worshiping the solstice would accidentally find themselves worshiping Jesus.
Christianity.
No, that actually happened.
Yeah. Ruin the fun for everybody. Wait until you hear what they did to Valentine's Day. You're going to be mad about that.
Yeah, Coca-Cola made an amazing Santa.
You know what? Yeah, Coca-Cola took it over next. Yeah. Idun does make several appearances in art, as I'd mentioned. Some of her first art depictions are statues appearing in the early 19th century, so quite some time later after the text and collection was made.
Statues. Not even painted. Okay.
Yeah. There are also some famous paintings that come up a lot around the same time, of her standing next to her husband. And in most of these paintings, she's depicted with blonde hair. And this kind of brings us more into like the modern day thing.
Okay.
I just can't believe the huge gap from the time that the text is made. Like, say, even if it's on the later end of like the 1300 AD, and art doesn't start showing up of her until the 19th century. It's a huge gap.
That is a huge gap. But the book sounds like it was just being made to write down this stuff, and people didn't need that for their oral traditions anyway. It would have made more sense to me if you had art
before that. Yeah.
Why is it not happening until long after? It's people who are trying to make illustrations of ancient history and not so much representing what they actually currently believe in.
It's crazy because you see like things more with like the Greco-Roman culture where things are kind of developing all at the same time, I feel like.
Yeah, it's part of like the mythos, and you know, you're trying to get somebody to come into your church and witness a certain character or a story. You want to illustrate that. It's just a thing that happens in any church.
Yeah. So the next part I'm going to get into, moving more forward. We went to the 19th century, so let's go even more forward with that. And, I feel like now that you're talking about all these lollies and stuff, that the Swedes would be pretty upset about how Idun's being portrayed.
Yes, from my understanding, everybody was. It wasn't just the Swedes.
Idun is a strong feminine icon in the Nordic region. She is in the logo of the first edition of the Swedish Encyclopedia from 1876. She was depicted in a few women's journals in Sweden from 1906 to 1924.
Huh.
Which brings me in my pop quiz.
Okay. You're going to ask me about some journals from the 1900s. I'm not sure if I can answer that.
There is a planet with a volcanic structure named Idun Mons, which was discovered around 1980. Which planet is it on? Do you want multiple choice?
I would like multiple choice. I know my space, but I'm sorry, I've never heard of that.
Mars, Mercury, Venus, or Neptune?
It's not helpful. It's the only four that it had a chance of being.
Yes! Yes, I made the right ones. I was like, what are the ones similar to this?
You had, like, if you put a gas giant on there, it would have been like, you idiot.
I know, I did not put a gas giant on there for that reason.
Doesn't make sense. We can't see through Venus's atmosphere. The only volcanoes I know on Mars are like Olympus Mons, which is not active. It's just a big mountain. I'm gonna go with Mercury.
Wrong.
Yeah.
It's actually Venus.
How do we know? How do you know?
We can see Idun Mons on Venus.
I thought the atmosphere was way too much to see anything of the surface of Venus that way.
But it's really exciting that she is still prominent even in the 80s.
You know, it's also the planet she should be on. Venus.
Venus, yeah, I know. I was about to say,
works.
what's the most feminine planet name?
Oh, had you said that, I would have given it away, but yeah, then I would have.
I didn't. So the Swedes still love her, and as recently as 2024, Sweden renamed a ship icebreaker Idun.
Okay.
They just keep reusing her name. They really like her over there. So as prominent as she is, why haven't I heard of her?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. This is a big character in Norse mythology, which you like.
I read an entire book on Norse mythology, and I don't remember her. Or maybe she just was such a footnote,
She might have been a footnote, and she just got, blasted up. And
because, like, mainly the things I remember in that Norse book are, like, the story of, like, Siegfried and things like that, which were really great stories, you know?
Fafnir. And
yeah.
I would expect some bigger stories.
Yeah. So, game-wise, she is in games I have not played.
Oh. So not Final Fantasy and Castlevania.
Correct!
What do you know? You have played SMT5, where she does appear as a Japanese pop idol.
You can collect her apples in God of War Ragnarok. So neither of us have played that one.
Oh. I played God of War, the PS4 one, that is the lovely, confusing title.
Yes.
Thanks for that.
You never played Ragnarok, so
Nope.
apparently she's part of that. Idun is the name of the first female final boss in Fire Emblem.
Really?
Yep. I don't know if that's actually much
game is that?
relation to...
So no, we just looked it up.
She is the final boss in Fire Emblem, the Blinding Blade. That's what we looked up, and now we know that.
It's the one with Roy.
I almost said Ike.
You did say Ike.
But I don't really know if that character has any relation to the actual Idun or not, but she's a female character in the game, but she's like part of some dragon clan or something. So I don't know.
The Fire Emblem's kind of weird. And if it's the one that I'm thinking it is, that's the one that is the first one that was brought to the West, and it's just called Fire Emblem here.
Oh,
so that
great.
could have helped you being even more confused when you were looking this up.
She also plays a part in Assassin's Creed, but I didn't really look into that.
That's really weird, but
So,
Assassin's Creed is just so messed
I'm
up.
just saying, it's all these games I don't play.
Yeah.
And like you said, very shockingly makes no appearances in Final Fantasy. That's really weird because you would think she would be a summon or something, or some random minor character.
An excuse to have a large-breasted female.
Yeah, right?
Which SMT didn't even take them up on that. Isn't that weird?
No, they went for the lolly side instead.
Yeah.
I feel like we have just they've just disgraced the Swedes at this point.
Oh, yeah?
Because it's like mostly like Norway and, Iceland, all that stuff up there. But like the Swedes were the ones who were like, we're going to publish her and everything, and we're going to name a ship after her. And
At least they did Fionn McCool right when they made him an SMT5. It was like, yeah, Fionn!
Fionn, McCum ale cheese.
Macadamia cheese.
So it's not like she gets used much in video games, though. She seems to be, like I was saying, a bigger mythological character over in Norway and Sweden. But that just brings me to the end of my segment about where she is today. What do you think after hearing all of that information, other than you're disgusted by her lolliness now?
No, I think it actually makes more sense for her in the game context if she looked more like Cleopatra. Not dressed like Cleopatra, but I feel like a fertility goddess should be a motherly age and be well endowed.
She's not as related to the fertility. Yes, it's one of the things she is related to, but she's more related to
Like
life,
health and
youth,
life
and rejuvenation.
Youth, I understand why they wanted her to be young. I say that earlier, but still, I'm just trying to get away from the fact that she looks like she's 13.
And wearing a very slutty boonad. Yes, and if you like these podcasts, go ahead and rate and review us on whatever podcast platform, that's the word, that you listen to. It really helps on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, if you're not aware, we're on basically everything that you would want to listen to. So if this is not your preferred platform, if you happen to be on YouTube or something like that and you want to listen to us wherever you go on Spotify or something, we are there.
Yep, and we will hear your comments, read your comments. Yep, I'm at the end of the episode.
We pay attention to everybody. At least I do. So be sure to tune in to the next episode where we will summon a new demon that begins with the letter... I forgot to change this.
J. The letter is J.
And this episode of Sesame Street was brought to you by the letter I. Be sure to tune in to us. No, be sure to tune in to the next episode where we will summon a new demon that begins with the letter J. Let us know your favorite demon that begins with J and what you thought of this episode. We would love to hear from you. Next time's Halloween for reals.
I'm so excited to tell the Halloween story.
You can find me online at HamsterBomb on YouTube, where I host a long list of Let's Plays, reviews, and live streams. And thank you all so much for watching. Take care not to let the demons possess you while you sleep, because that's what Idun does, apparently. And we will see you all in the next episode.
Bye-bye.